What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, Cobra Kai Season 6, Episode number 12. And I thought that was an absolutely fantastic start to Part 3 of the final season of Cobra Kai, which...
The final countdown?
Yes. Fine, we're there.
Sorry.
For sure.
Sorry.
We've got 4 episodes to go. It's still a very bittersweet feeling. I'm very curious to see how this is all going to play out, because at the start of the episode, the Sekai Taikai was canceled. It wasn't going to continue, and it felt like there was an opportunity to possibly bring it back as Silver shows up and invades this dude's massage and is like...
He's basically invading everyone's privacy. Yeah. Just everybody.
He's all over it.
He's making the rounds.
Yeah, and convinces some folks with some very compelling arguments. I'm not going to lie. I totally agree with a lot of what he said in terms of the idea of Kwan's death, like turning it into a positive thing and a celebration and not letting it linger as this horrible situation, which it was, absolutely. And I mean, the idea that Kreese is going to get away with that without having any kind of punishment is pretty insane, because it was his knife at a karate event and a kid died.
Honestly, why wasn't that taken as evidence?
Yeah, I don't know. But it's just one of those things to where it was obvious Daniel was going to be the one that needed to be convinced to continue this, because seeing his behavior at the beginning of the episode, he was like snappy. He was fully like engaged in his work, a little too much. And he was just, you could tell he was just trying to distract himself with things at work, but you could tell he was still bothered with the way he was like responding to people.
Absolutely.
So the conversation came up. It was a no right away. And then Johnny goes on this friggin' joyride with Silver.
Well, Silver was a joyride.
Well, yeah,
Johnny not so much.
He took him joyriding.
It wasn't very joyful for
him. And then it turns into a situation where Johnny brings Silver to Daniel's house. They have a conversation. They kind of replanted the idea of Silver being sick. That was why he was sick on the boat. It wasn't him getting seasick and like the medication that he was taking. So
I get it now, yeah.
Either they're going like really hard on this swerve of him being sick and trying to build sympathy there, which I don't think is going to work. He's really sick, and that could be part of the reason why he wants this final victory for his legacy or whatever. So the moment Daniel realizes, I feel like that the kids want this and it can help them, because even Miguel made a comment about like, oh, well, my dream's over now that the Sekai Taikai is over.
I know, that's really awful.
Like him throwing that out there and seeing the look on Daniel's face, it was like, oh, okay.
Okay, but like, I don't know about college admissions because I've never gone to a fancy college, but like...
Extracurricular activities.
I know, but like, isn't it awesome? Like, doesn't it look really good on a resume? Like, I went all the way to Brazil and competed in a competition. It didn't finish, but that's not on the kid.
I think the idea is being able to put the accomplishment of winning something on the application.
But what if you lost?
You don't just put like, oh, hey, I participated in.
Why?
Generally,
that'd be awesome. I would look at that and be like, look at the dedication of this person. They've gone through this, and this, and they went all the way to Brazil and competed in a competition for the whole world.
You would think that, but I think with the just idea of where they are and his mindset is like winning it and finishing it on top is what's going to get him over the hump. Okay. Just participating in a karate event's not going to really move the needle for him.
I don't know, but
if
they lost?
I agree with you that it would. The dedication is a big deal. Like the idea that you would do all
years of dedication and hard work to get to that point. Does that not matter?
I think it does, but I mean, when you're taking in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of applications and you're going through, you're just looking at paper and like seeing what they've accomplished.
And you need the best around.
Exactly.
I get it.
So that whole situation is, I think that's what kind of like pushed Daniel over the top of being like, okay, let's get back with this. Plus Silver put it in his court. He's like, you make the decisions. Where are we going to do this? You're going to bring on the refs and all this stuff. So he's basically, Silver tried to like remove the idea of him like cheating, which he's done in the past, obviously.
You know he's going to do something.
So do you agree with me that Daniel's going to pick the Valley and make the Sekai Taikai the All Valley?
Well, yeah, because like, why would they want to go all the way back to Brazil? Not that there's anything wrong with Brazil. Brazil, I'm sure, is lovely. They weren't in Brazil.
They were in Barcelona.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, because traveling's awesome and going around the world is cool for the kids, but it's going to be an opportunity for Daniel to shine a light on the Valley for sure. And I think this is exactly where it's going. So
I wish they actually filmed it in the Valley, though.
I mean,
they
parts of it do. Parts of it, they film parts of it here because we've seen some shots that we recognize.
I know, but I want all of it.
Yeah. The big question I have is, where are they picking this competition? Are they picking it up where we left off? Because again, I heard two different things in the premiere episode of part 3, to where one person said finish, the other said continue. Like, so I don't know exactly what the plan is going to be for this, but very excited to see where this goes, because again, the presentation of the Sekai Taikai and everything that went down up to the point where Quan died, I thought it was all fantastic. The whole situation with Cobra Kai is an interesting one too, because it feels like Kreese is out. He said he's going to come back to the tournament and he had unfinished business. I don't know exactly what that means. If he's going to bring students with him, is he going to try to like re-enter the Sekai Taikai? Is he going to go get Tori? Because we didn't see Tori in this first episode. So like, I'm wondering what unfinished business is and what Sensei Kim is going to do, especially after killing her grandfather, which was a pretty wild scene.
Yeah, about that. Jesus Christ.
You made a comment during the episode about, I don't know if I got it into the edited version, because Kreese ended up not dying at the end of the episode, but you talked about him getting poisoned with the tea. After editing it and watching a little bit more closely the interaction, she was paying very close attention to Kreese's tea while she wasn't drinking hers.
Yes, she didn't drink hers, and she took the cups afterwards.
So I'm wondering if there's something there in the idea that Kreese said that he's tired. Like, is there something there, or is he just an old man who's tired?
But then she still saw him after she killed her grandfather, and they still had like a conversation. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know where all that goes, but it feels like Kreese is going to come back again, master traveler with a record. He's going to just magically show up in the valley.
Is your name on the no-fly list?
Yeah, I think Silver's probably on his list, the stuff that he needs to take care of. I still assume that Daniel and Johnny are somewhere on the list. The Sekai Taikai is probably on his list somehow. But there's a lot going on, and I thought this first episode did a really good job of establishing the foundation for the final, 4 episodes that we have to watch now, because Sekai Taikai is back on. I 100% think the easiest prediction is that it's going to be All Valley, and that's going to like put a bow on this whole thing and bring it back full circle. And the big thing is this show is called Cobra Kai, and I still hold an idea in my brain that somehow, some way, Cobra Kai is going to end up on top of all this. Johnny was in a really interesting space in this episode, to where he feels like he also has no legacy. He doesn't want to work for Daniel as a car salesman for the rest of his life. He made the comment about, I don't have a dojo of my own, which like sucks. So I'm wondering if there's some kind of like full circle that's going to take place at some point before this show ends.
That would make
of
sense.
Johnny getting the dojo and him being Cobra Kai
again.
And basically Daniel could kind of ride off into the sunset, retire Miyagi-Do, let that all sit. And I'm wondering if we're going to get anything else with Miyagi in these next 4 episodes about, his legacy and the story that they
unless
started.
he just like gives it all up to Johnny.
Which is possible, because Daniel said he was done.
Yeah.
And it's clear that Johnny does not want to be done. No. So I think that continues, and we'll see where it goes. But yeah, I thought that was a good start. Ready for the next one?
Yes.
Let's go.
It's been a month since the decision to resume the Sekai Taikai. The tragic events of Barcelona are now behind us. Our remaining fighters are hard at work.
Oh,
There she is.
With all the media attention, our tournament will now reach an audience far greater than before. The winning fighters and dojos will reap the benefits of victory. The stakes have never been higher.
And there's Chosen. Good.
Which is why I'm here in the valley. We must all work together to ensure this competition concludes without any more drama.
Are you always this stupid? Come on, this should be easy. Cannot afford to pay for 3 different vegan food vendors.
But people need to eat, Gavin. This isn't the Fire Festival.
Oh shit, bringing up the Fire Fest.
Your blue Mets had a fungus that the lab deemed a health hazard.
I've been saying for years it's a mistake to have so many bare feet in a moist gymnasium.
I don't like that word.
Enough.
Yeah.
The Mets will be red. We'll have 1 vegan food vendor, and 50% of all T-shirt sales will go to the Sekai Taikai discretionary fund.
Sounds like someone's wetting his beak.
Is no one concerned about the e-tickets?
Now, what the hell is wrong with paper?
Apart from the fact that it's the 21st century, you also want to roll back the clocks to when women couldn't vote?
If it'll shut you up, then yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh, she's coming across the desk.
When I raise the microphone to resume the tournament, we will project complete professionalism.
What do you mean when you raise the microphone?
I'll be the master of ceremonies.
Like hell you will. I don't know how they do things in Austria or Slovakia, wherever the hell you from. But you in the valley now. We got a way of doing things around here.
I don't agree.
We'll settle it the old way.
I'm like, he has been the guy the whole time.
Ready?
Oh, what?
Oh, what are we doing right now?
Still not sure what we're supposed to be doing.
Holy shit!
Where's HR?
Daryl, are you alive?
Serious? He just front kicked dude in the face. What the hell? This show is so insane.
Hi, Chosen.
Oh, there he is. Sensei with the green thumb.
Morning, Daniel.
Just came to get my cooler. We're taking a ride up the coast to do a little wine tasting.
I'm jelly.
Well, what about you? You just gonna toil away all day around here?
I am binging storage wars.
You're gonna watch 8 hours of people scavenging through abandoned storage units?
Yep.
Yep, get it.
Mr. Toguchi live here?
It's Taguchi.
Excuse me, Mr. Toguchi. Registered letter for you, sir.
Thank you.
Hey, this is some place you have here. From the outside yard, you'd never know it.
Deja vu all over again. This is like when Miyagi got his letter.
She apologizes for not returning my call. Says she did not get the message for a long time. Problem with phone company. She says that she loves me. As a friend. Her heart lies somewhere else.
Chosen, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
It's not okay, but sure.
I confuse friendship for love.
Aw, Chosen.
We can't leave him here alone. We can't.
Well, we'll bring him with us. Look, Winnie Taylor has been asking me to set her up. We can make it a double date. It's a couple glasses of Chardonnay and some light conversation. Unless you think he's better off here.
Do not bid over 900, you asshat!
Johnny, han considerado el nombre bastarda.
Is that a common name?
You bring baby into house of sin.
We are kind of doing things a little backwards, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
All right, don't worry, I'll make things right.
Oh, are you gonna propose?
Make right with him.
Please don't consider the upstairs neighbor. She's not
After
talking
today,
about
we
that.
shall forever be known as the binary senseis, huh?
What's up, guys?
Hey, there he is. The future champion of the Sekai Taikai.
Nobody scored a point on Axel all tournament.
Well, that's about to change.
All this is how Miyagi-Do's gonna win the Sekai Taikai.
All right.
Yeah.
LaRusso, what are you doing here?
The Miyagi-Do boys are training together. I know we have to fight each other in the semis, but I figured if I'm gonna fight the best, I wanna train with the best.
I'm not fighting. I quit. I'm not putting that Cobra Kai gi back on ever again. You're not gonna convince me otherwise.
That means I advance to the finals. I have to fight you-know-who.
Nobody deserves to get their ass kicked more than that bitch.
Then help me train to beat her. Could be your last opportunity to try and kick me in the face.
You think she really doesn't compete? You think she really quits?
I doubt it.
Chosen, you're really gonna like Winnie. She loves nature and balance and all that crunchy stuff.
Yeah, maybe leave out the Storage Wars marathon.
Look at this place. Oh, hey.
Okay. I'm so excited. I'm so scared.
Wow.
Chosen, what a wonderful name. Did you know it's derived from 2 words meaning honesty and integrity?
I did not know that.
Yeah, have a seat.
Oh my God.
Sorry I'm late. I just got a Reiki treatment. I know it's a Japanese spiritual practice. Have you tried it?
Have not. In Okinawa, we have a saying, Reiki wa detarameda, which means Reiki is bullshit.
Yikes.
Sam's applying to a few programs across the world.
It's gonna be a big adjustment.
You got that right. When Sage went off to Pitzer, I figured life would basically be the same, but it changed everything. No one prepares you for how emotionally devastating it is when your first child leaves the nest.
Thanks a lot, lady.
Even weekly sound baths, crystal healing.
That is because crystals are also bullshit.
I love Chosen so much.
Maybe not a good match.
I know. Maybe don't say that stuff in front of a prospective date.
Oh.
Johnny Lawrence. What brings you in, man? Anybody?
Aww.
Well, as you know, me and my lady are having a baby.
Yes, any day now, right?
Yeah, and the thing is, Carmen and I aren't married.
Oh, and you think God is gonna have a problem with you bringing a baby into the world unwed? That's not gonna punish you.
That's a relief.
I love that he goes back and visits with his old karate buddies.
I was gonna do it after the Sekai Taikai, but after what happened in Barcelona, you know, the kid.
Yeah, we've all seen that. It's tragic.
I just figured we win the tournament, and we get more kids in the dojo, and I can afford a real house. I was gonna propose the day we moved in. I just wanted everything to be perfect.
That's all totally normal. When's the last time things felt perfect?
Never.
After I won the All Valley in '83.
Oh, okay.
Holding the trophy up there with you guys, I felt unstoppable.
Yeah, I remember.
What were the names of those two chicks from East Valley you hooked up with that night?
Life's not perfect.
I love Johnny.
We have good days, we have bad ones.
Yeah.
The hope is the good ones win. But if you're waiting around for things to be perfect before taking the next step, your feet are gonna get awfully stiff. Don't sleep on your own happiness, Johnny. Take the leap. Just do it.
I mean, it's
Don't
true.
stop hitting the pastor of the church.
Tanya and Lorraine.
Yes, Tanya and Lorraine.
Oh my God! Literally. Naughty birds.
I mean, you're literally never ready, and life is never perfect.
I know.
For those moments, so just go for it.
Either do it and deal with it, or just don't do it and live in fear forever.
Oh, we got a little VR setup here.
What's up?
Oh, wow, look at that.
Whoa. What do you see? Is it cool?
This is trippy. We uploaded all the data from Axel's fights to develop a predictive algorithm that can be fed to Miguel's headphones.
So today, Miguel's Axel. With more reps than you'd be able to get at the tournament.
Wow. It's good to have some really smart friends.
Oh.
I only have a 12% chance of winning.
No one was able to get a point on the guy, and the last person to fight him ended up dead. I mean, all things considered, 12% is actually a pretty great place to build from.
And we'd be bummed if he died.
Yeah, can we have no more deaths, please? Robby, don't die.
Front roundhouse.
Good start.
Shit.
Things were a lot different the last time we were here.
We pretty much hated each other's guts.
She's like, I still do.
Well, you better still fight like you hate me if you've got any shot of taking me down.
Is that so?
How about I give you a reading?
Only thing more foolish than crystals is tarot cards.
Was there any part of you that was looking forward to this date?
I'm sorry. I had just received letter with sad news. Daniel and Amanda did not want to leave me alone. Instead of binging Storage Wars, they insisted I come here, drink wine, and meet stranger. It's not your fault.
While I appreciate them trying to set us up, there are worse afternoons than watching Daryl Sheets overpay for a box of used vacuum cleaner filters.
You are a fan of Storage Wars?
Yup.
Is that trademarked? Did they have to pay for that?
What about Vanderpump Rules?
Oh, Matzi TV!
Do you remember James and Allie?
Oh, yes.
You know, it took a tarot reading for their love to bloom, and they're still together. What do you got to lose?
Okay, dear me.
Best proposal ideas ever. Only Johnny would Google that. Oh my god.
Oh my god. I took a cooking class. Look at this fucking guy.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like baby Jesus in a tuxedo shirt.
This guy, dude.
Please. Oh my god, is it gonna be a blue tux? Damn it, Johnny! God! There you go.
Ah, he hugged it out.
Fight! Something's off. Robby's odds are dropping faster than a quantum particle in a gravitational field.
If he can't beat virtual Axel, how's he gonna beat the real version?
How am I doing?
4%.
4%? The headset's not the problem.
Okay, shit.
Nice one, Larissa.
Kind of feels right, just being back up here again.
I guess so.
That's why you can't quit. You've come so far. We have come so far.
Should you give it a rest already? I told you I'm done. Every time I put on that gi, it destroys everything that matters to me. I get caught up in Kreese's messed up plans. I ruin my relationships with my friends. And Robby, I'm not doing any of that, ever again.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Here she comes.
Wow, look at this setup.
Is it not gonna be her? It's gonna be Rosa, isn't it?
Carmen, will you make me the happy?
Ah, shit.
Hiciste todo esto?
Yeah, I took a cooking class, had a little incident with the truffles. Kind of one of those you break it, you buy it situations. Goes down better with champagne.
No champagne? Baby.
I just want our girl to come into the world with two parents who are in it for the long haul. But more than anything, I really want to marry your daughter.
Good job, Johnny. Wow.
There's my mom's. He stopped by Sid's today and he agreed to give it to me. He's still an asshole, but I guess he's getting soft in his old age.
I'm sorry for pressure. Baby no bastardo. Baby lucky. Carmen lucky.
Hey, Carmen. Wait. Now? Like right now?
Oh, no!
Her water broke.
Oh! You will draw a card for your past, your present, and then your future.
My past is very complicated. Cards will not understand.
Reversed hermit. A severe loneliness. You set forth with noble intentions, but your path is challenged by life or death danger. Usually of your own making.
What does next one say?
Very accurate.
Death card.
This is Jesse.
There you go.
Jesse Spano.
It is a metaphorical death of old self.
No, literally it means that someone you know is gonna die. Very soon. Maybe even more than one person. The Empress.
This is my future?
This card tells me that the journey you've been on will soon end, and someone who matches your strength and resolve will be waiting on the other side.
Oh.
There is someone, isn't there?
There is.
Oh.
Oh, because she's real cute, too.
It is not possible.
The only thing that is not possible, Chosen, is the journey which you do not take.
Thank you, Winnie-san.
But who the hell's gonna die?
No, it doesn't matter what the numbers say, okay? You can beat Axel. I know I'm a good fighter, but clearly I'm not the best. The numbers prove it. I gave it everything I had last time, Miguel. Didn't make a difference.
So what, you're gonna give up just because Axel scored a couple of hits and you didn't? What about our first All Valley when I beat you? How come you didn't give up then? Because you knew how hard you worked. And you weren't gonna give up fighting just because it wasn't easy. Okay, so forget the computer. Numbers are for pussies. All that matters is whether or not you want to win.
Of course I do.
Then prove it. Get your ass back out there. Training isn't over.
Wow. Scary how much you just sound like my dad right now.
Look, we both know Sensei probably failed math, so it's not that big a stretch.
See, Miguel's the best, dude.
Honestly, I love him.
He needs his shine. He
Unless
is
he
the
left.
star of this group.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for pushing.
I was finally on a good track, and then my mom died and my whole world blew up. I thought going back to Cobra Kai was my only option, but all it did was ruin every relationship I've ever cared about. And I'm lucky Robby and I are even talking. If I go back to Cobra Kai, I know it'll be the thing that ends us for good. You wouldn't understand.
I actually kind of do. Miguel thinks I'm going to UCLA, but the truth is I might be going somewhere a lot further than that. There's this year-long program in Okinawa.
Oh, what?
I haven't been accepted yet, so it's not final or anything, but I grew up hearing my dad's stories, and Mr. Miyagi was basically my grandfather. I've just always really wanted to go. But I don't know how to tell Miguel.
Well, just don't do what I did. Keeping secrets from the people you love will only hurt them worse. When you make your decision, just be honest. You and Miguel figure it out.
It's good advice. So here's mine. Nobody's gonna think badly of you for finishing this fight. You might not have gone back to Cobra Kai in the best headspace, but you're not gonna lose your friends. Or Robby. I can promise you that we have your back, no matter what logo's on it.
Aww.
Plus, I was kind of looking forward to seeing how hard you could kick Zara in the face. Is that like an I'm back in the tournament laugh? Or...
Don't just sit there. Got a fight to train for.
Yes, Sensei.
All right, I like that.
I know.
I didn't miss it, did I?
No, contractions are still about 6 minutes apart. You've got a little time.
What are you wearing?
All right, I wanted the circumstances to be different, but there's no time like the present. You're the woman of my dreams. You made me a better man. I can't wait to see what a badass mom you're gonna be to our girl. You make me so happy, but there's only one thing that'll make me happier. Carmen Diaz, will you be my wife?
Yay!
You've changed my life completely. I love you. Yes.
Oh, okay, I thought she was gonna say but.
I can't wait to marry you.
I'm so glad you said that.
Guys, it's on.
Oh, okay. Oh, everybody's in the delivery room. Bitch, get out.
They're getting married.
Oh my God.
I know this probably isn't how you imagined your wedding day. You could do a big celebration later at Don Cuco's if you want.
Don Cuco's. We have one of those.
Everybody who I love is here. Let's do this.
Well, he's playing the Take My Breath Away from Top
I know.
Gun.
I know.
Dearly beloved,
Oh my
we are
God.
gathered here today to celebrate the union of two remarkable people who will remain best friends no matter what the future brings, who will help one another grow into stronger individuals, who will choose to set aside their individual differences to forge something beautiful. Because a marriage is about family, the people we choose to surround ourselves with and whom we support each and every day. By choosing to be married, you're committing to this family that you've built for the rest of your days.
Aw, babe.
It's a badass family. Johnny.
Doesn't that make you think of our wedding?
Take Carmen
And like all
to
the
be your
nice
wife.
things that we said to each other?
Hell yeah.
I mean, our environment was a little different.
Thank God it wasn't that. I would have
You
killed you.
take Johnny to be your husband.
I wouldn't have gotten a baby though.
And by the powers vested in me by the state of California and the
waiting.
city of Burbank, I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Aw.
I love that Bobby got to be a part of all this too. Oh, here we go.
Baby's coming.
Just in time. We're just gonna ignore the Bobby and Daniel reunion that just happened.
Right.
You guys ready to meet her?
Welcome to the Girl Dad Club.
Aw, they picked a really cute baby.
Baby Laura. She's named after Johnny's mother.
Aw.
Okay.
And she's perfect.
Welcome to the Valley, Laura. Brothers and I are gonna bring you home a trophy.
The good baby.
Wow.
Aw, cute.
What a great episode.
Damn it! I've been crying in a freaking Cobra Kai.
I know, right? I mean,
Have I ever cried during one of the things?
yeah, I think so. I think some of the Miyagi stuff in the past has
Oh, that's true. That's
definitely
true.
hit some of those chords.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Wedding stuff, baby stuff. God damn it.
I don't have anything bad to ever say about these episodes. I always love the direction that they're going in. These creators know these characters so well that it's like, that was such a Johnny thing to do. For the grandma to be like, you're committing a sin. You're having a baby while you're not married.
Fornicators.
And for literal Johnny to just like put the pedal to the metal and figure out how the hell to set up a proposal. First, he's like Googling best proposal ideas ever. And he ends up succeeding with this whole plan. And it's unfortunate Carmen didn't get to see like the actual plan. But then he follows through at the hospital. It's like,
and you get married
hey,
and stuff.
no better time than the present. Let's get this done. And the fact that she's like, yes, he's like, oh, good, because we're doing it now. And I love the inclusion of Bobby. I think that's awesome that like, that's one thing that this show does perfectly is including the older characters from the other projects and bringing them in and giving them a cool role. It's like obviously the whole Cobra Kai crew episode from, what was that, season 2? Season 3? I don't, like once we get past a certain season, everything kind of jumbles together.
Well, that was the one with Allie with an eye.
That was the one where they got into the fight together. In the episode where they visited Tommy and took him on the bike ride, and he ended up passing away and they put him in a body bag. Got put in a body bag. Rest in peace.
Feels so inappropriate now.
I know. But like the idea that they were able to give him a role and then have it pay off like now to like marry Johnny was, I love that kind of stuff. I love those really small, subtle things that we're keeping the OG cast and we're still giving them opportunities to be important parts of the current Cobra Kai show.
And
I think that's awesome.
I'm sure there's like background characters that we don't even notice that are like in there probably.
I mean, I feel like most of the Cobra Kai crew were kind of background characters in a sense in the original Karate Kid movie. But yeah, I just really like that small touch because they could have just brought in any random person to like marry them.
Yeah.
But the idea that you bring back someone that has a really close connection to Johnny, obviously from their days in Cobra Kai when they were young, and like who else are you gonna get to like show up to a hospital to do it on the fly like that? You know, it's got to be like a buddy, a good long old time friend kind of thing. So like I really enjoy that kind of stuff.
Same.
And just seeing all the kids get to this point now where it just makes me a little nervous because everyone's on the same page.
Yeah.
It's like Tori and Sam are doing good. And the idea that Sam is pushing Tori to come back because I totally understand why Tori doesn't want to do this shit anymore.
Yeah.
I totally get it. And it's just one of those things to where every time she's made this decision to fight, shit has gone down every single time. And she's like, I'm just going to stop. I just don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, everything I touch turns to trash whenever I put on the Cobra Kai jersey.
And it's just one of those things to where if she does make the decision to come back and she fights Sam made an interesting comment saying that she wanted to see her kick Zara in the face. Does that mean Sam would be content losing to Tori? Because they have to fight. So I don't know if that's...
I think she would. I think she would be content because her goals in life do not rest on the I need to win.
Right, and it would do a lot more for Tori than it would for Sam.
Exactly.
I just worry about like I hope all the like losing to each other stuff is just put in the past and that there's just good sportsmanship and you know they get behind all the ideas of like this competitiveness ruining relationships. I hope what we saw in this episode is a sign of that in the future to wrap all this stuff up, because I would hate to see for them to like mend all this stuff and then in the last few episodes have it all come crumbling down. And it's nice to see Dimitri and Hawk getting along again after they had their beef in part 2. Even like they came together and things are working out and they've come to the conclusion. It's like, okay, you're going to go to one school, I'm going to go to another, and we're still going to be buddies. Like we can still make this work. We don't have to both go to MIT to be friends. So I like that they're planning the future and scheduling and coming up with this idea of how we're going to hang out with each other and all that stuff. And I like that we're all on the same page. Mm-hmm. And I think it's one thing about Sam. I think that's super dope that she has an opportunity to go to school in Okinawa.
Absolutely.
I think that's amazing considering like what she said about Miyagi being basically her grandfather and just the history that Okinawa has with Miyagi-Do and Daniel. And obviously I think I always go back and forth, but like Karate Kid 2 might be my favorite Karate Kid movie. I just love everything around Okinawa and that story, and obviously meeting Chozen. Like I think seeing Chozen now just heightens that movie just so much more because of what we've gotten to experience with him in this show. And I just love everything about his character. He is so interesting, and I love how they basically redid the scene of Miyagi getting his letter about his father in Karate Kid 2. They basically recreated that with Chozen getting... That's sad that Kumiko, like, would she really just put that in a letter?
I think
so. Just like, I love you as a friend? Like, is that something you put in a letter?
I don't know.
That seems like soul crushing.
Problem with the phone company? All right.
It's just,
I don't know about that.
It just, that seems so heartbreaking for Chozen to receive in a letter like that, especially considering the times that you could get on the phone and, like, you could figure out a way to call. You could find a way, right?
She just didn't want to find a way.
Like, or... I don't know. Maybe I'm just overestimating it, but it just seems kind of interesting that would show up in a letter like that.
Well, I mean, sometimes when you just want to end it and you just...
Like, leave me alone?
Yeah, you can't respond immediately, so...
That's a good point.
Putting it out there in the letter, this is what I wrote, this is what I mean, goodbye.
I mean, you don't have to deal with the ramifications of an emotional outburst if you're sending a letter.
Yeah.
Like, if you say it on the phone, you're going to hear his response and... Yeah, maybe that makes sense. That just doesn't seem... She seems so much... I don't know. Maybe I just have a wrong impression about the relationship and the people. Maybe. Who knows? But really, really good stuff. I love... Like, having Dimitri and Hawk as your friends... Talk about a massive benefit of having these super tech geniuses. They created this entire friggin' AI setup for him to be virtually fighting Axel as preparation for this.
I did love that.
That's so insane. And it's so cool. And it's just, again, it fits right up the alley of their character and who they are and what they're capable of. And I like, my initial thought is like, what if this works too well? And like Miguel is like whooping Robby's ass as Axel. That'll create a really horrible mind fuck going into this fight with him. But, you know, again, Miguel...
We shall see.
This dude is the MVP of the kid group for sure. His pump-up speech that he gave Robby was so good.
It was really nice.
And I wish it was Miguel who was in the spot. Like, Robby's great too, and he deserves it. He earned it, all that stuff. But it's just, there's something... Like, Miguel has that it factor that I feel like no one else has. He just has that charisma, and there's just something about him as a character, as a fighter. I don't know. Maybe it's because he's literally experienced all spectrums of the teachings to the fullest.
That's true.
That maybe no one else has really gotten. That he is like the true mix of Miyagi-Do and Cobra Kai and Eagle Fang, which is technically me, like Cobra Kai. Yeah. So like, I'm wondering if it's just because he's gotten the most of all the teachings versus, I mean, Robby was on his own for a while. Then he like went with like Kreese and Silver for a bit. Like, I don't know if that has anything to do with it, or again, if I'm just kind of just speaking out of my ass here. That's just kind of where my brain is now in terms of that. But I feel like Miguel's like the dog.
I do.
He's
I
the
agree.
one.
I agree.
So I don't know what opportunity he's going to have, because again, I mean, it's just the champions fighting each other at this point, which is, it sounds like they're just picking up where they left off.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Axel fighting Robby. Quan's fight, obviously, that's not happening.
Yeah.
So does that mean, because Quan won his fight and then the brawl broke out and then he died. Does that mean Axel and Robby are fighting for the championship?
Maybe.
Is that like...
Maybe, well, I mean, it's got to mean something because they were fighting.
I think that's... But it's not for like... They're not fighting someone else after, is what I'm saying.
Probably
I think their fight is for the title.
Yeah.
Which is what... If Tori didn't come back... Because I think Zara won her fight too. I gotta like go refresh my brain on what happened. But I feel like if Sam would have just advanced to the final against Zara... if, you know, Tori actually did quit, but it feels like they're going to fight for the right to fight Zara. So it feels like we're just jumping right into where they picked up, and it's going to just be champions versus champions. So
we'll see.
We'll see where it goes. It's really, like, that episode was really nice, and I'm ready to get into this competition now. I think that's probably where we're going to get catapulted, because we had a little bit of a jump, right? Because there was like a month jump in terms of like the decision to start it, the preparation and all that stuff.
Yeah,
so
we talked about it in the beginning.
I thought these first 2 episodes were really well done.
Same.
And set up for the last 3. So any other thoughts?
No.
All right, y'all. You guys leave your thoughts down below. We'll see you guys later for the next one. Have a good one. Bye.